What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages, Joker back again, once again, and today, people, today we are talking about the Festival of the Cost, everybody's favorite overly monetized Halloween event. The one thing that I have always loved about the various holiday events in Destiny is just how transparent Bungie is about the entire point of the event. That, of course, is monetization. Oh dear Lord God, we did this to ourselves. Now, we are all aware that Bungie's monetization of Destiny is reaching EA levels. Soon, people will be paying 25 cents to reload their guns. Hyperbole? Yes. But then again, I mean, that's kind of the insipid joke here, isn't it? Destiny's monetization model is the only one I know that has convinced its player base that it needs to spend money annually to have content taken away from them that they've already paid for. All while adding a transmog system that was built around getting players to pay for content that not only do they already own, but they already earned. Hell, people are already paying $30 for, what, a glorified season? Less than a glorified season in December, simply because it's masquerading as an event. It's just a fucking dungeon for $30.
Joker! There's some armors that you get with it.
The meat of the event is literally a $30 dungeon.
But Joker, it's all in celebration of Bungie.
Yeah, that's what we call good marketing. And now, here we are once again, back again. Another year has gone again, and the cash shop is filled to the absolute brim with digitally delectable ornamentation that would be cool to earn, you know, in the actual event. But do you want to know what's scarier than Destiny's monetization practices? And the inevitable onslaught of,
But Joker, you're just a hater.
that the Destiny Defense Force will sprinkle throughout the comment section of this video in their cult-like devotion to the Church of Bungie, which is scary in and of itself, surfing the internet without a VPN. But that's where today's sponsor comes in, NordVPN. NordVPN has once again graciously decided to help support the channel for what, the 9th time this year? In the modern world, virtually everything you do is online, like gaming, where you need to protect yourself from DDoS attacks. For example, as you're ascending to the lighthouse in the Trials of Osiris, still one of the only ways for cheaters to effectively ruin your run is by DDoSing you because Destiny is a peer-to-peer match-made game. Or maybe you just want to watch Netflix. You're sitting there and you just finished Squid Games and you're looking for something else like it, but nothing is available in your region. So, as you do, you go on the internet and you look for things that are like Squid Games. You find one, you open up your handy-dandy NordVPN app, and simply change your location. No muss, no fuss, convenience at a click. Whether it's Netflix or YouTube or shopping online where people can steal your credit card information, or maybe it's communication, we as a civilization are becoming ever increasingly dependent on the internet. More so after the events of the last few years, where everything from your work to your school or your children's school is being done online at home. So if it wasn't bad enough that there are people on the internet who are looking for ways to take what's yours, internet service providers are becoming increasingly greedy, knowing they can throttle your internet access or issue caps based on data usage. With NordVPN, your ISP has no idea what you're doing, and nor does Google, which, in my opinion, is a good thing.
But Joker!
I hear you cry out, oh contrarian commenter of contrarian comments. VPNs are expensive. Well, that's where you're wrong. Go to NordVPN/ButtJoker or use the code ButtJoker at checkout to get a 2-year plan plus 4 additional months with a huge discount. And if for some traveler forsaken reason you regret your purchase, NordVPN offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. I want to go ahead and thank NordVPN for sponsoring this video and helping us fend off the hordes of yellow YouTube dollar signs. And now, back to our show. Now, I could go on and on and on and on, darlings, ad nauseum about Destiny's monetization and how scary it is that the same people who would decry this exact same behavior from other game studios or corporations, cough EA, cough Activision, are delectably docile drones when it comes to Destiny. Bungie is, after all, a master of marketing. Just take one look at any teaser trailer and tell me you're not at least interested in what they're selling. There are people, and I kid you not, who still, to this day, not only believe that Activision was the totality of Destiny's problems, but believe that the bumps and hurdles and rough patches that Destiny is still going through is a result of Activision, years after the separation. You simply cannot buy that kind of cult-like propaganda. It is amazing. In fact, I respect the shit out of Bungie for how they have marketed themselves. It truly is a masterclass. So I'm not going to worry much about the $45 in dinosaur armor or the hundreds of dollars of other festive bullshit that could have been part of the event to make the event, you know, an actual event. Because at the end of the day, the reason for the season is monetization. Cashing in on what every candy and costume producer has always known. If you mass market a holiday, people will spend money. And like I said, in a weird way, I respect Bungie for it. But the obligatory due diligence in decrying the reason for the season aside, what is there actually to do? Well, the narrative that I wish I could tell you more about, but at the time of writing this video and recording it, Ishtar Collective doesn't seem to have updated the lore entries for, and they're all hidden or something, so I don't know what the totality of the story is, but the gist of it revolves around Glint, Crow's ghost, investigating the Headless. And we go from spooky lost sector to spooky lost sector, collecting information for him. And that's kind of it. There is of course a questline tied to the retrieval of this information, where you must grind out something like 200 shrouded pages? That doesn't sound that bad. I mean, it is, but hey, at least the event's going on for a couple of weeks, and it's not like Bungie would have you, I don't know, go and grind out other activities to get spectral pages just so you can play the Halloween event, right? Right, Bungie wouldn't quadruple the grind, right? Oh, dear Lord God, no why. I really do hope, for sanity's sake, before this video is published, somebody finds an AFK farm or like a this takes 2 seconds farm, because yikes. But you know what? Maybe, just maybe, the reward is worth the grind. So what is the reward? Well, the 2 past Festival of the Lost Weapons, the Braytech Werewolf and the Horror Story, and a new, super special awesome Jurassic Green Pulse Rifle, which is actually just a reskin of the Lincoln Green. Okay. If these things aren't your jam, like they're not my jam, there's pretty much no reason to play the Festival of the Lost. As for the activity itself, the spooky lost sectors, I do have to give credit to the design team for dressing up these lost sectors. It's cute, it's quaint, it's festive, I enjoy it. But the activity itself is pretty basic. You go to the lost sector, you spawn gigantic knights with purple flaming pumpkin heads, and you kill them before the timer runs out. Unfortunately, you can apparently summon and kill them too fast, and if you do this before the timer runs out, say you have a minute left on the clock, well, you're sitting there for a minute or 2. After the time has elapsed, a Hydra will spawn. This Hydra has invincibility shields, which you'll need to break by summoning more Headless Horse Knights and getting balls to throw at the Hydra. Again, rinse and repeat ad nauseum, collect loot. As far as Destiny events go, it's fairly bog standard. All of the desirable loot is in the cash shop, which, yes, I could buy for Bright Dust, but that's not the point of my argument. The point of my argument is, hey, wouldn't it be cooler if, I don't know, I could earn it by playing the event? The activity itself is a horde mode that makes fantastic use of the pre-existing lost sectors, but I think it would be more enjoyable if there wasn't this arbitrary go grind out other content that has nothing to do with the event so you can play the event. And the rewards that you get from doing so, in my mind, do not justify the grind. At this point, I'm sure there are plenty of other games that are having Halloween events. If you're not in desperate need of a new pulse rifle, I think you can skip this one. But hey, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Remember to like, but only if you did, subscribe for more. Feel free to donate to my Patreon if you're feeling particularly generous, but above all else, stay frosty. You play Destiny because you're addicted. I play Destiny because there was a point where we clearly needed to stop, but we have passed that, so fuck it. Let's keep going, see what happens. We are not the same.